If you're unmuted, you might want to mute yourself. I can do it in a minute. Welcome everybody to the Monday morning Come Back to Love gathering. Shout out to those listening on YouTube later on. You can always join us, and you're welcome to join us live on Monday mornings at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time. All right, very happy to be here this morning. Feels really good to connect and drop in. Wonderful practice and a wonderful way to begin our week is to, instead of stepping onto the runway and running as fast as possible, we actually get to slow down, breathe, connect, open our hearts, and begin our week with all of that really good energy and purpose and intention from our hearts on board. So really beautiful. So I'm just going to invite everybody to have a breath and gently close your eyes wherever you are. Just give yourself space to come back to yourself. So wherever you are, lying down, standing up, sitting, just a nice deep breath, gently close your eyes. And let's do a few in through the nose and out through the mouth. And another one in through the nose. And exhale. Sound or a sigh, if that's present for you. And then we're going to move right into the Come Back to Love expansion. I don't know why I call it that today. I think because it adds energy to our expanding energy fields to consider it, which it is, a part of the practice of coming back to love inside yourself. So for those of you here for the first time, and even for those of you here for the millionth time, just invite you to become aware of your energy field around you in all directions, including above and below. And we'll begin by making connection with the earth. So just imagine yourself either seated or standing on the earth. And just open up, lower your walls and barriers, and open up to expanding and receiving from her. Allow the earth's energy to come up from the base of your body into your whole energy field, right up to the top of your head and beyond. So these beginning parts of the practice of making connection to the earth, of feeling a sense of ground and a sense of support and receiving from her, as is always possible and always available. And then become aware of the rest of your energy field that's all around you, and I invite you to allow it to expand to the four corners of the room you're in, or the space you're in if you're outside. And then keep going, expanding a little further out into the town or the region that you're in. Check behind you, like lower back. Yeah, check your lower back. Check that part of your body. And just notice if there's anything that's holding on a little more tightly there this morning. And you can bring loving compassion and awareness and just a gentle invitation for that part of your body to expand as well. And it either will or it won't. And then keep going out into the state or the province. See your energy field expanding out into the country. Yeah, and notice how you are feeling inside when that connection happens. And then keep going across the oceans in all directions. Don't forget above. And on to the next continent. Keep breathing. And then keep going. Allow your infinite field to expand all the way around the globe, out into the universe. I like to note that by connecting with the sun, the moon, planets, stars, and just keep going way out into this universe. And you might even go beyond this universe into the multiverse or into the other universes that exist. And while you're in this space, I want you to, or invite you to consider that you are an infinite being always. That even though we gather every Monday morning and we put this sort of infinite expansion experience into place, and we have this experience that this is actually you every minute of every day, all the time. And breathing into that truth. I know it feels different right now than it felt 10 minutes ago. And the invitation to tap into this expansion is there all the time, because this is actually who you truly are. So from this space, I want to invite you to imagine some of the things that are going on in your life right now. I'll use my personal example, but actually before you do that, or as you're doing that, because sometimes when you start to do that, then a contraction can happen. So there's like this delicate balance right now that I'm inviting in to become aware of some things happening in your life and stay in that expansive space that you're in right now. And I'm going to practice with you. So I'm bringing my daughter and my youngest child to college on Wednesday. And it's been a source of all kinds of feelings and all kinds of ups and downs over the last couple of months, for sure, over the last couple of days. And so I'm bringing that in from this expansive space. And all I feel is the expansion of it. All I feel is the like amazingness of this actually happening, and the gratitude and the wow, this is actually happening. And in other times when I'm not feeling as expansive as I'm feeling in this moment, there can be so many contractions that are intense, like a fist you make that's really, really tight, and then you release it. While I'm in that sort of tight fisted space, my mind goes to all kinds of things that are challenging to be with. And so from this space, like, what would an infinite being choose? And that's the question. When you're with the different things that are happening in life right now, and you feel contracted or stuck, however that shows up, it might show up as concerned or worried or afraid. The question is, would an infinite being choose this, for example? In my example, I could say, would an infinite being choose worry and concern? Would an infinite being choose fear of the transition? And then listen to the response that comes in your awareness when you ask that question. So I hope you've all got something that you've kind of brought into your awareness, something happening in your life. And then from this space, ask that question: would an infinite being choose fill in the blank? It can be anything. It can be something really small or some major milestone that you're experiencing, like me. Take a breath into that infinite space and allow not only the response to would an infinite being choose this, because that's a yes/no question, but I wonder what an infinite being would choose in response to whatever it is you've brought to your awareness today. So let's just give a few seconds for that to show up. What would an infinite being choose in response to or in relation to? Fill in the blank. And then relax into that information, whatever came to you. What came to me this morning is joy, celebration, and relaxation. And then my whole body started to relax around bringing my daughter to college on Wednesday. What would it take for the infinite space and the infinite beingness to be present during this transition, to stay in my awareness, for example? I'm using a personal example just to make it more tangible for you, and it's real for me. And I hope you're filling in the blank with your piece. So with that, I'm going to bid farewell to the people listening on the YouTube channel. And for those of you in the Zoom room, please stay for part 2.